Good to go?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Wiser by the 30s. I'm your host, Nupur, and today we have a very important topic to discuss. Let's start it by a question. How many of you have hit the gym right after a breakup? Today's topic is about being aware about your body, eating healthy, about your wellness, not just mental but physical. Fitness is part of our lives, and after, like, as you hit the 20s, our health starts to zzz, and it's our responsibility to be aware of what our body is telling us and to take care of it like a temple. So I have a very special guest, a friend of mine, who pushed me towards fitness. Welcome, Raquel.
Hello.
Um, Thanks for being on this podcast because
Anytime.
I can't imagine any other person to start this with because she she made me go gym. She was my gym guru. She's
Gym inspiration?
gym inspiration, yeah, and gym
Gosh.
wife, I would say now,
Yes.
because yeah, she pushed me towards health and fitness, and she told me how important it is to take care of our body and our soul and eat right. Right, I used to eat crap all the time. So thanks again, Raquel, for being here and enlighten us with your journey. Yeah, tell us something interesting. Start today.
Okay. Something interesting just in general?
Yeah,
Like a fact about the world or
yeah.
myself?
No, you yourself. This is all about her and her personal journey, and we're gonna extract all the good things from there.
Okay. Something interesting about myself. I was a very unhealthy, chubby child
Yeah, hard to believe.
pretty much my entire life. Like literally up until college. College just made it worse. Because obviously, college,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
studying, you're
yeah.
eating crap, whatever.
Right.
So I was at my heaviest when I finished college. And then I was then at my lightest I've ever been a year later. Not for good reasons,
No, yeah,
but that's how it all started. So,
yeah. Now that you have pointed out, a lot of youngsters feel that being skinny is being healthy.
right. And that's what I'm here to talk about, how
Yes.
that's not at all the case.
Yeah.
Um, I was there. I was in that part of like, well, I wasn't looking to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
be honest. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, like classic bullied my whole life because I was chubby
Yeah.
and I felt like no one wanted me. And so obviously psychologically that starts to make you feel like, okay, the only way to get people to like me
Is
is
by
to be thinner.
stick thin. Yeah.
And then it just, you start spiraling
Yeah.
because a lot of people, it's easier to go about it in a non-healthy way.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
for me, it was.
Yeah, I
Right.
know. I could totally like relate with this because it's often, I think even in our societies, this is the idea like you stop eating and you will lose some weight. No,
Right.
but losing some weight and not eating healthy or not eating at all is not the right thing to do.
Yeah, because, unless you're planning on being in the grave like an actual skeleton, it's not something that's going to be sustainable for you.
Yeah,
Right? I also think that it doesn't need to be hard
right.
either. Like it really is, people make it a lot more complicated than it needs to be. It's not something that needs to be like, you don't need to be like so specific. I know people can get really like, if they start a workout routine or they like, okay, want to be healthy, the first thing they do is they cut everything out of their diet and they
Yeah,
start going to the gym 5 days a week. And it's like, that's never going to work.
yeah,
That's never going to work.
right.
I mean,
Like,
I know I did it.
yeah, like
So many times I tried.
talking about your experience. So, when did you realize that after hitting that rock bottom when you were like skinny, and when did you realize like now it was time to focus?
Well, um, it's interesting because being chubby and then being very skinny, you start seeing things a lot differently. Like
Mm-hmm.
even how people treat you. Like I
Mm-hmm.
went from being like rejected by all the guys to
Mm-hmm.
suddenly all the guys are nice to me. Like it's
Okay.
very weird. So, but I remember the part before. But to answer your question, I was so thin and I would look at myself in the mirror because I became skinny because I had poor self esteem,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
right? And then got to skinny, but I would look in the mirror and I still wouldn't be happy.
Right.
But then now, not only was I still not happy with myself, I wasn't eating. I
Mm-hmm.
was sick all the time. Like I
Oh
was
no.
like to the degree of like lying in bed, like wasting kind of sick. Like it was bad. I didn't have the energy for anything I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
do. I was depressed because turns out you need food for your brain. Surprise,
Food is
surprise,
important,
surprise.
guys.
And the main thing that made me be like, I need to change something was at that point in my life, still the fact that I didn't like how I looked. That was like the main driver at the time, which is super unhealthy and sad.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just didn't feel like
Right.
I used to always be strong. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel strong anymore. Still didn't like how I looked.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like no ass, nothing, no shape. I was just like skin and bones. And I was like, I need to do something else because like this isn't working. I learned from Instagram, just don't get your information from Instagram. But I found on Instagram that if you go to the gym and you lift weights, you can grow a butt. And I was like, yes,
Oh, that's how you went to
yes,
gym.
absolutely. Sorry,
Wow.
but I'm being honest. This was the
Yeah, no, true.
this is the way it
At least
happened.
you had a goal.
Yeah, I was like, I want a butt. I also don't like being weak. I was like, I need to be strong. I want to be strong again.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that.
Yeah.
I still went about it in a terrible way because I was learning. So the information I was getting was off of Instagram, literally like classic like Insta models, like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then but
true.
that started the
Yeah.
cycle of trying to learn
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
because like a lot of people, I think I was nervous to just go into the gym.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
for me,
It's hard.
yes, for me, and like feeling like you're being judged and you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So for me, what always helped me was just learning as much about something as much as I could
Yeah.
before going. So I felt like, okay, at least I have this base of knowledge. So that's what I did. And that's when I started learning about like bodybuilding, fitness in that way. Not like true fitness, which is what I was moving towards
Yeah. Eventually.
unknowingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like this kind of like you can shape the body you want, which is also kind of not true, but in a way possible, like to an extent.
Yeah.
So I started going to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
but when I was going to the gym and I was just kind of doing
Yeah.
whatever I saw the Instagram models doing, whatever. But I wasn't really paying attention to what I was eating still.
Yeah.
So I
So
wasn't,
it was not helping.
I wasn't fueling myself. I was kind of tearing myself down more, but it did force me to start eating
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Because you will be hungry,
Yeah.
right? After workouts.
And I knew I kind of had to eat because of like you need protein to build whatever.
Yeah.
So I would start trying to incorporate protein, but I was doing it in like a stupid way where I would eat like a can of tuna and like one piece of bread. And I was like, that's dinner. Not good.
Yeah.
Well, that was like half of my day's
Yeah.
food. So
Yeah.
it was stupid. And I would be like feeling like I would come home feeling like sick, like I was going to throw up because it just like was so destroyed. But that started the process.
Mm-hmm.
And then I learned more and more and more. And I started readjusting
Mm-hmm.
kind of how I was doing things as I learned more. And I realized that like the thing that actually made me feel better about myself was the feeling of being strong and being able to improve myself.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me the thing that being skinny kind of promises you but never delivers, which is the actual self-confidence.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
yes.
when I started realizing this, that's when I was like, okay, I'm taking it seriously. Now I feel like I want to do this for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm
And
eating
not-
better.
Yeah.
Mental health was improving exponentially. I think it pretty much, I'm going to say it fixed my mental health.
Yeah.
It even fixed my kind of like, I still struggle, as many people do, with like maybe like some form of body dysmorphia or not liking how you look like all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
But now I kind of accept like, hey, this is my body.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not-
embrace it.
I'm embracing it. I'm going to be the best version of me. But the other thing is like, you can't, no matter what exercise you do,
Yeah.
you're not going to look like whoever it is you want to look like.
Yeah. Of
People
course.
have different genetics, different
Yeah.
body types. So
I
I
mean-
stopped chasing that.
I think with awareness of what you're doing with your body, and as you work out, as you start working out on yourself, you kind of start learning that everything that's being shown on social media is not the reality.
Yeah, it's manufactured.
Yeah, it's manufactured, and it's not about getting those Instagram model figures. It's
Hmm.
more about being strong enough and, your body. Oh, I think your phone is ringing.
Sorry, alarm.
I was like, oh, someone is. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, I had to feed my lizard. He can wait.
Lizard can wait.
He's fine. He'll be okay. Yeah.
But the idea is that as you start learning about yourself, and
Yeah.
and correct me if I'm wrong, uh, you start learning that it's not about becoming that Instagram model. It's more about being strong and more confident in yourself,
And your
right?
abilities and kind of like doing it's a small thing you can do every day or 3 times a week or however much it works for
Mm-hmm.
you to improve yourself. Like you're
Right.
doing something for you that you will see the benefit of long term
Yeah.
that you don't really have to like think about too much. You just
Yeah.
do it and you know you're doing something good for
Yeah.
yourself.
And it mentally fuels you. Like
It
it
makes you feel
gives
good.
you that
Hmm.
that happy hormone that, oh, I did something for myself. That's
Yeah.
like self-care.
Self-care. It also literally gives you like endorphins, so it
Endorphins.
makes you feel
Yes,
good.
correct.
And it makes you feel like you've kind of like you're achieving something because you
Yes.
are long term, like you're
Yeah.
making small steps to
Yeah, small steps.
goals.
My next question is more about, so when you started working out and started focusing on your physical fitness, like
Hmm.
for real,
Hmm.
did you see any hindrance, like some obstacles that were like hindering you from achieving your goals?
Um, Mostly it was myself getting in my own way
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the time. For other people, it could be like schedules, stuff like that.
But when you say yourself,
Hmm.
uh, can you elaborate on that?
So it was kind of like at first, it was kind of like almost like I was doing it to myself as kind of like a control thing or like a punishment thing. And I think a lot of people who are in a bad relationship with themselves or their body do
Mm-hmm.
this. They use exercise as like either a punishment or like a way to like fix something bad you did. Like I ate a cake, so now I have to like, blah. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, I got it.
So that was getting in my way because it was stopping me from actually giving myself the things I needed to actually be healthy. Because at the end of the day, health is not it's not a one size fits all solution.
Yeah,
There's no
absolutely.
one thing that's going to make you healthier,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
like one person compared to the next. And the second thing is that looking a certain way is not going to make you healthy either.
mm-hmm,
So it's this complex kind of pattern of the way you eat, the way you treat yourself, the exercise you do, and your mental, kind of like mental landscape of
mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm,
how you talk to yourself and giving yourself grace and how you push yourself. And so, really, it was myself. What I mean by that is myself stopping me because I wouldn't do things that I know would actually help my health for fear of, oh, but I want to look this way. So I have to follow this exact regimen. I can't eat this. I have to do these exercises
mm-hmm,
only, even though I hate them, stuff
mm-hmm,
like that. When really it's more about you can eat the way you like, but making small tweaks. You can do the kinds of exercise you want, but like still push yourself.
mm-hmm,
It doesn't have to be like a lot of stuff you see online is like do this for this result or like if you don't do this you will never achieve this, which none of it is true. If someone is prescribing one thing
mm-hmm,
that's going to like fix all your problems or it's going to work for everyone, they're probably lying
mm-hmm,
or they're uninformed and they're probably trying to sell you something.
mm-hmm,
So just be careful of that, especially because people online, a lot of the influencers we see, they could be like, have amazing genetics and they don't even really have to try that hard to get there. But we just see them and are like, well, they must know something and just give crap
mm.
advice, but because they just naturally have it.
Right, right,
So, and
absolutely.
you're less likely to take advice from someone who maybe like looks more like me, like more average, but like I like kill myself. I like have a lot of knowledge of like exercise science. I am not a doctor, by the way, of
Yeah.
exercise science or otherwise. This is just
So
a
she reads
very,
a lot about
yeah,
all this stuff because I think that happens when you start getting fun out of
yeah.
something,
Just
like
really
like
started enjoying it.
yeah, enjoying working out, and then you start reading about it, and then you start like I'm still following the Instagram models and her. And then I enjoy the part when I feel stronger. So talking about my journey, I was really scared of entering the gym. I tried a couple of times, but I didn't know what to do. And it was intimidating because you see all these gym bros, working out like
Yeah, it's
so
intimidating.
tough, and you don't want to go to the weightlifting areas because you you have no confidence, you don't know what you're doing, and then you feel like I'll be made fun of. And that kind of like stops you from going and starting your gym. So one time I remember I was discussing with her that, I want to start workout and I don't know how to do that. And then she told me that, oh, I work out 4 times, 5 times a week. And I was like, okay, maybe give me a lesson sometime. And then that's how it started. She took me to the gym, and slowly and steadily, weeks after week, and now we do work out a lot together. And that's how I started working out. And now I'm not scared because it takes one strong step towards your fitness journey. And once you overcome that fear and you know what you're doing, you have some friend or someone who can guide you through it, you will be fine.
Yeah, and even if you don't have like a friend, I think what helps a lot of people
Hmm.
actually start and feel confident, other
Breakup.
than a breakup, yeah, rage, feminine rage. Um, no, it's having like a plan, even if it's like a very loose plan or not so specific. But if you have a plan, you
Hmm.
can say, okay, I'm gonna show up to the gym, and I'm gonna do 45 minutes of cardio. That's it. That's all I'm.
Mm.
That's all I'm telling myself I'm going to do. You show up, you do it. Or you can like, there's so many good resources online now, especially if you want to
No, yeah.
like do more of a weightlifting
Hmm.
thing,
Hmm.
intro to weightlifting. You can just get like a plan from online, follow it, and
Hmm.
you'll learn along the way. Like making mistakes is part of the process.
Do you have any interesting story or incident from your workouts?
Well, there's that one guy, I think you were with me, that one guy that used to go to the gym
The
who,
fans?
yeah, who's always like, you have crazy pants. He was
Oh
just like, whoa,
no,
those
yes, do you still
pants.
see him?
No, he's not there anymore because he would comment on the pants if he was,
So yeah, yeah, we used to work
which I
out
find
together
hilarious.
and in a different gym. And she is fan of nice patterned,
Hello.
uh,
Hello. I love a crazy pant or a short.
yeah, like with a lot of bold colors and bold
It was
patterns.
specifically the electric blue zebra stripe bike
Yeah.
shorts that one time.
And that guy will always compliment her, like,
He just
oh,
was like obsessed with my pants. I mean,
yeah. I think
apparently it
that
was the
was just
pants.
one reason to start talking to
Well, it's
her,
because
but
the pants make you look, and then you're looking at a butt. I think that's how that works.
guys, you have a tip here.
Which is fine because I'm the worst in the. Oops, I touched my mic.
That's
Sorry.
fine.
I'm the worst in the gym. I'm staring ladies' butts down all the time. I'm like, because I'm like, I want that. I want that. Or I'm like, that's good work. Like, like
Yeah, yeah.
appreciation.
It's like even I notice ladies more than men because it feels like, oh, she's super strong. Like you
Yeah.
see a woman,
Yeah.
doing heavy weights, and like, ooh,
Yeah. Actually, when I was at the gym
inspiration.
yesterday, one girl let me sub in for
Uh-huh.
her because she was on the squat rack
Yeah.
and I wanted to use it. So she's like, here, just go with me. Are you doing squats? Yeah. And this woman was squatting so much weight. I was
Wow.
impressed. I was like, damn, girl, good stuff. And I told her that. I was like, and I think that like when you tell other women stuff like that, they get really happy. Like she
Yeah.
went from being
Yeah.
kind of like reserved to being like, oh yeah, like I've
Yeah.
been doing this for a while. It's like hard. It was just really sweet. But yeah, she was squatting like 150 pounds for like
Yeah.
reps, like 12 something. That's tough.
Wow. That's
In good
that's
form.
good.
In good form. You can do like one of these. Sorry, I'm showing you. You can do one of these at 150 pounds. That's easy. She was squatting all the way down.
Wow. That's
So
impressive.
yeah, I was like, damn girl. And because I don't see many women going hard
Yeah.
because I don't know if it's social media or just this idea of like, I can't get too muscular, that
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't,
I want
I
to
don't want to
get
get buff.
muscular. Like you know that, right?
Whenever people say that to me, I'm like, are you insulting me? Are you telling me I don't know what I'm doing? Because I've been trying to get buff for years. And look
I
at this.
know.
This is all I got. There's barely anything there.
This is good. This is good stuff.
Um,
I am waiting for my back to grow wings
yeah.
so I can have a wing tattoo. Imagine.
Yes.
I don't
So
know when it's gonna
it's
happen.
really hard for women to gain muscle because of the physiology. And
Yeah, but like,
so if you want to
yeah,
start,
this is
this is a
misinformation.
good segue though.
Yeah,
If you want to start getting muscular, you better start now because
yeah,
it only gets harder with age.
yeah, and I think this is a lot of misinformation that
Oh yeah,
once you start working out and lifting weights as a woman, you will start becoming
bulky.
manly
Yeah,
and bulky.
your voice
Bullshit.
drops.
First of
Like
all, no, like first of all, it takes a lot of time, and
it
you're
takes a
not gonna,
lot of
yeah,
time.
you're not gonna become that in a couple of years or something like that,
That's like
right?
saying like, oh, I don't want to do math because I don't want to accidentally become a mathematician. It's
Yeah,
like that's never gonna happen.
yeah,
Trust me.
it's very. I won't say it's impossible, but it's
It's
not.
very
It's
hard
hard, and like,
without
how long
steroids.
have you been working out?
5 years.
So 5 years.
And I was lifting heavy for a while.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. I'm trying to get more muscles, mostly on my butt, but like I'm still on the butt train. Ever since that day, I've never
This
left
podcast is
butts.
25% about the butts.
I wish my butt was 25% of me.
You got a good one. Not that
Thank you.
we are not showing it, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
But okay,
Anyways,
I have another question. Like,
oui, madame.
so
Quick Gatorade
right now
drink.
we're talking about working out, gym, and
Mm-hmm.
everything. What about the nutrition part? Like, because most of people think protein and you're done, but I don't think that's it because carbs are as important, right?